the journey from a simple green tobacco leaf to a finished, uniform cigarette and carefully controlled transformation that begins far away from the factory floor. It starts in agricultural regions specifically chosen for their climate, soil composition, and growing conditions. Tobacco is a sensitive crop, highly responsive to temperature, rainfall, sunlight, and soil nutrients. Farmers carefully select seed varieties based on desired leaf size, thickness, sugar content, and nicotine levels. From the moment the seed is planted, the crop is monitored closely. Irrigation schedules, fertilizer use, and pest management are adjusted throughout the growing season to guide the plant's development in a precise direction. Unlike many food crops, tobacco is not grown for yield alone, but for chemical balance and structural quality, because these factors will later determine how the cigarette burns and tastes. As the plants mature, the leaves are harvested at specific stages of ripeness. Leaves from different positions on the plant have different characteristics. Lower leaves tend to be lighter and milder, while upper leaves are stronger and richer. This natural variation is not a flaw. It is an essential part of creating a balanced final blend. Harvesting may be done by hand, allowing for selective picking, or by machine in large-scale operations. Immediately after harvesting, the leaves still contain a high level of moisture and plant sugars, making them unsuitable for direct use. They must undergo curing, one of the most critical stages in the transformation process. Curing is not simply drying. It is a slow, controlled chemical evolution that takes place in specially designed barns. Leaves are hung in rows, and temperature, airflow, and humidity are carefully regulated. Over several weeks, moisture gradually leaves the leaf, chlorophyll breaks down, and the leaf's color shifts from green to yellow, and finally to various shades of brown. At the same time, starches convert into sugars, and harsh plant compounds begin to mellow. If this stage is rushed or poorly managed, the tobacco can become brittle, flavorless, or overly harsh. Proper curing lays the foundation for everything that follows. Once curing is complete, the leaves move into fermentation and aging. During fermentation, the tobacco is stacked into large piles or bales, where internal heat builds naturally due to microbial and enzymatic activity. This heat drives further chemical reactions, reducing bitterness and stabilizing flavor compounds. Workers monitor the temperature closely, turning or restacking the leaves when needed to prevent overheating. This process can last weeks or months, depending on the tobacco type. Aging may continue long after fermentation, sometimes for years, allowing flavors to deepen and harsh notes to fade. By the end of this phase, the tobacco has developed its characteristic aroma and smoking properties, but it is still far from a finished product. After aging, the tobacco is transported to manufacturing facilities, where the emphasis shifts from agriculture to precision engineering. Upon arrival, the leaves undergo rigorous quality inspection. Visual checks assess color consistency and leaf integrity, while instruments measure moisture content and chemical composition. Any leaves that fall outside strict parameters are removed. This inspection phase is crucial, because once the tobacco enters the production stream, even small inconsistencies can affect millions of cigarettes. The approved DAWs are then sorted by type and grade. Different tobacco varieties, such as flue-cured, burley, or oriental, each contribute unique qualities. Some burn slowly, some burn quickly, some add aroma, others body or strength. The challenge is that no two harvests are ever identical. Weather conditions, soil differences, and even slight changes in farming practices can alter leaf chemistry from year to year. The goal of large-scale cigarette manufacturing is to neutralize this natural variability and deliver the same experience every time. Before blending can occur, the leaves must be cleaned and prepared. Large automated systems remove stems dust and foreign particles. The cleaned leaves are then conditioned to achieve the correct moisture level, making them flexible enough to cut without shattering. High-speed cutting machines slice the leaves into fine, uniform strands. The width and length of these strands are tightly controlled, because they directly influence airflow, packing density, and burn behavior inside the cigarette. This is where science and data truly take over. Each batch of cut tobacco is analyzed for moisture, sugar levels, nicotine content, and burn characteristics. Based on these measurements, precise blending formulas are applied. Blending is not done by intuition alone. It is guided by decades of data and sophisticated computer models. Different tobacco components are combined in exact ratios to recreate a specific flavor profile. If one variety is slightly stronger than usual, the formula is adjusted to compensate. The aim is not to highlight the individuality of the leaf, but to achieve consistency across billions of units. During blending, casing and flavor treatments may be applied. These are carefully formulated solutions that can include sugars, humectants, and aromatic compounds. Their purpose is not simply to add flavor, but to stabilize the tobacco, control moisture retention, and ensure a predictable smoking experience over time. The amounts used are extremely small and precisely measured. Even a slight deviation could change how the cigarette tastes or burns. Throughout this entire transformation, moisture control remains a constant concern. Tobacco that is too dry will burn too fast and feel harsh, while tobacco that is too moist will burn unevenly or go out. Industrial conditioning systems continuously monitor and adjust humidity levels as the tobacco moves through different stages. Sensors feed real-time data into control systems, ensuring that every strand of tobacco entering the cigarette making machines meets exact specifications. What makes this process remarkable is the scale at which it operates. The transformation from leaf to blend is not done for a single batch or a single market. It is designed to supply massive global demand while maintaining uniformity. This means that tobacco sourced from different continents, grown under different conditions, and harvested at different times must all converge into a single, recognizable product identity. Achieving this requires an extraordinary level of coordination between farmers, agronomists, chemists, engineers, and quality control specialists. By the time the tobacco blend is complete, it no longer reflects the unpredictability of nature. Instead, it has become standardized material, engineered to behave in a specific way during manufacturing and consumption. The rough edges of raw agriculture have been smoothed out through curing, aging analysis, and blending. Every strand has a role, and every variable has been accounted for. This transformation is the backbone of large-scale cigarette production. Without it, the later stages of high-speed manufacturing would be impossible. Machines that produce thousands of cigarettes per minute rely on uniform input material. Filters, paper, and rolling systems are all calibrated based on the known properties of the tobacco blend. Consistency at this stage ensures efficiency, reduces waste, and guarantees that each finished cigarette meets strict performance criteria. In the end, what began as a living plant shaped by soil and sunlight becomes a precisely engineered blend, ready for automated production. This journey from leaf to blend is not just about processing raw material. It is about mastering variability and turning nature into a controlled, repeatable outcome. It is this transformation that allows brands like Marlboro to deliver the same product experience across factories, countries, and generations, despite relying on one of the most variable agricultural crops in the world. Once the tobacco blend is perfected, the process shifts into a world defined not by agriculture, but by extreme precision, speed, and automation. This stage is where modern industrial engineering takes complete control, transforming loose strands of blended tobacco into millions of identical finished cigarettes every single day. The challenge at this point is no longer variability in raw material, but maintaining absolute consistency at extraordinary production speeds. Every movement, measurement, and adjustment is calculated down to fractions of a millimeter and milliseconds of time. The heart of this phase is the cigarette making machine, a marvel of mechanical electronic engineering. These machines operate continuously, often running for hours or days with minimal interruption. A steady stream of blended tobacco is fed into the system, where it is evenly distributed onto a moving ribbon of cigarette paper. The amount of tobacco placed onto the paper is precisely controlled by calibrated feeders and sensors. If the density varies even slightly, it can affect draw resistance, burn rate, and weight. To prevent this, the machine constantly measures the tobacco flow and makes real-time corrections. As the tobacco is laid onto the paper is shaped into a cylindrical form around it. A thin, food-grade adhesive seals the seam, creating a continuous tobacco rod. This rod moves at incredible speed, traveling through the machine faster than the human eye can easily track. Rotating blades then cut the rod into exact lengths, producing individual cigarettes with astonishing accuracy. At this scale, even a deviation of a fraction of a millimeter can result in thousands of rejected units. So the cutting systems are monitored continuously. Running in parallel with tobacco rod production is filter manufacturing. Filters are typically made from cellulose acetate fibers, which are derived from plant material but processed into a highly uniform synthetic form. These fibers are bundled together, treated to achieve the correct firmness and permeability, and wrapped in filter paper. The resulting filter rods are then cut into precise lengths. Just like the tobacco rods, filter dimensions are tightly controlled, because they influence airflow and filtration performance. The next step is attachment, where the tobacco rod and filter come together. This happens at extremely high speed. The filter is aligned with the tobacco section, and a strip of tipping paper wraps around the junction, securing the two parts together. Adhesive is applied with pinpoint accuracy, ensuring a strong bond without excess material. The result is a fully formed cigarette, identical in size, structure, and appearance to every other one produced on that line. At this stage, quality control becomes relentless. Modern cigarette factories rely heavily on non-contact inspection technologies, particularly laser and optical sensors. These systems scan every single cigarette as along the production line. They measure length, diameter, weight, firmness, and air permeability. Airflow testing is especially critical, as it determines how easily smoke is drawn through the cigarette. Any unit that falls outside strict tolerances is automatically ejected from the line, often without slowing production. What makes this level of quality control remarkable is that it happens at speeds of thousands of cigarettes per minute. There is no room for human judgment at this scale. Decisions must be instantaneous and flawless. Data from these inspections is fed back into the machine's control system, allowing it to self-correct. If the tobacco density drifts slightly, the feeder adjusts. If paper tension changes, rollers recalibrate. The system is designed not just to detect errors, but to prevent them from happening repeatedly. Once cigarettes pass inspection, they move to packaging, another area where speed and precision dominate. Packaging lines are synchronized with production lines, ensuring a seamless flow. Cigarettes are grouped into precise counts and wrapped in foil, which helps preserve freshness and aroma. The foil-wrapped bundles are then inserted into branded packs, which are folded, glued and sealed automatically. Every pack is identical in shape and weight, designed to meet both consumer expectations and regulatory requirements. During pack assembly, additional checks take place. Sensors confirm that the correct number of cigarettes is inside each pack and that the pack is properly sealed. Batch codes, tax stamps, and other markings are applied with exact placement and clarity. These codes allow manufacturers to trace each pack back to its production line, shift, and batch, an essential capability for quality assurance and regulatory compliance. The packs are then grouped into cartons, which are sealed and wrapped for protection during transport. Cartons are stacked onto pallets by robotic systems, often guided by vision technology that ensures stable and efficient stacking. The use of robotics reduces human handling, minimizing the risk of damage and contamination while maintaining high throughput. Behind all this visible machinery is an invisible layer of digital control. Modern factories operate as integrated systems, where production data, quality metrics, and machine status are monitored in real time. Engineers can see performance indicators across entire lines and facilities, allowing them to optimize output and respond quickly to any anomalies. Predictive maintenance systems analyze vibration, temperature, and usage data to anticipate equipment wear before failures occur, reducing downtime and waste. The scale of this operation is difficult to overstate. A single production line can produce millions of cigarettes in a day, and multiple lines may operate simultaneously within one facility. Despite this scale, the expectation is that every cigarette performs the same way, whether it is the first produced or the millionth. This requirement drives continuous refinement of machinery, materials, and control systems. Regulatory standards add another layer of complexity. Manufacturers must ensure that products meet legal requirements in every market they serve, from labeling and packaging to performance characteristics. This often means adjusting production parameters slightly for different destinations, all while maintaining core consistency. The manufacturing system is designed to accommodate these variations without sacrificing speed or quality. What emerges from this environment is a product that appears simple, but is the result of extreme industrial sophistication. The cigarette is engineered to precise specifications, and those specifications are enforced by machines that operate faster and more accurately than any human workforce could. This is not mass production in the traditional sense. It is high-speed precision manufacturing, where automation and control systems define every outcome. The success of brands like Marlboro depends heavily on this capability. Consumers expect the same experience every time, regardless of where or when a cigarette is purchased. Delivering that consistency across billions of units requires a manufacturing process that eliminates randomness and embraces control at every level. In the end, this stage of production represents the culmination of the entire journey. The careful work done in farming, curing, aging, And blending would mean little without the ability to